Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. And we want to wish you a very happy new year. We hope you have a wonderful New Year's celebration. We're recording this on the 26th. So we're recording a little bit early, but we hope you have a great New Year's holiday. And we aren't doing, typically we do like a New Year's movie recap with Greg, but things just didn't work out this year. And with the new shows coming, things got kind of crazy with new season of What Calls the Heart, new season of The Way Home coming. And so what we decided to do is we are doing our preview for season 12, What Calls the Heart, and then we're also doing our preview basically of January for Hallmark Channel with now they're calling it Winter Escape. Which is so stupid, but there we go. We're going to be talking about that. So it's kind of a dual purpose podcast for you today. And I am film critic Rachel Wagner. Caroline's here.
Hey.
And Mary's here.
Hello.
Yes. I hope you all had good Christmas celebrations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes. My children barely slept the night before Christmas, and then they slept in so long this morning. I almost went to check if they were still breathing. They were just like zonked. So it was a wonderful Christmas. I hope you had a good Christmas too.
I did. Mine was very simple. I had Christmas Eve with my parents, and so that was nice. And we had a nice meal. My mom made this salmon Wellington thing.
Ooh.
That was, I know, and she found gluten-free pastry crust, which I had never, puff pastry. Like I didn't think you could do that with gluten-free, but she found it, and so that was very yummy. And so we had a nice day together, and then so basically Christmas Day, I was just kind of relaxing and catching up on some of my blog writing and just got to sleep in. So that was nice.
Oh, that is nice. Yeah. I appreciate your blog writing because we're trying to find a good movie to go to as a family this week.
Oh, good.
And so I'm like, okay, which one does Rachel like better or worse, Moana 2 or Mufasa?
Oh, well, I think Sonic is better than either of those.
Yeah,
so
that might be where we go. Because
I think
yeah.
It's not perfect, but it is, I think, the best of those three options.
Okay. Yeah, this is where I go. Seriously, last night we're giving me tickets. I'm like, what does Rachel say?
Oh.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
I love that. I love that. Do you have a good holiday, Caroline?
Yes, I got to spend time with my brother and his family, and then saw my dad's family yesterday, or on Christmas. So that was nice.
Oh, fun.
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, let's dive in. So yeah, they have branded the January movies this time as Winter Escape. We had, of course, R.I.P. Winterfest, and which we had for a while and was very good, and for the most part. And then they had New Year's new movies, which was really annoying because it was just basically like we could put any movie.
Yeah.
They had people in sundresses, and it just there was no snow element. And now they have Winter Escape, which seems like it also doesn't have any kind of winter real element to it. It just is all just travel. So
yeah. I thought that while watching the previews, I'm like, they're back to Ireland. Like is it so that we feel like we're escaping our own snowy humdrum lives, I guess?
Yeah. I guess.
Not that cozy feel though.
It's just the problem is most of these travel movies are terrible on Hallmark Channel. I mean,
I like it better than the New Year, New Movie though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I just wish that they hadn't abandoned Winterfest.
Me too.
Yeah. Will we ever have a Winter in Vale again? That kind of movie where it's so good, so cozy,
or Birthday Wish was so good.
Oh yeah.
Winter Love Story was a classic.
That was good.
I loved, what was the one with Amy Teagarden and Michael Rady? It was actually a New Year movie.
New
Year resolution.
Yeah.
There were a lot of good Winterfest movies. I mean, there were some terrible
ones.
Bring
it back.
Like the snow maze one was atrocious. So there were some bad ones, but still. But the problem with the travel movies is they often just get too caught up in the travel porn aspect of it, like the seeing the sights and stuff. But I don't want to watch a screensaver. I want to watch a story.
Yeah.
They
focus too much on that location. They don't care about the actual writing.
I mean, I like, there's some of my least favorites of all time, like that. I don't know what it is with Andrew Walker, but particularly his African movie was so bad.
That was so bad.
His staring at walls in Malta movie last year was an all-timer bad. It was
if you want to set something in a location, tell a good story. Like there was the Malta mystery that I thought I really liked.
That was pretty good.
And then the one that I didn't recognize either actor in Venice, where at the end he's telling her like, you're driving me crazy,
Yeah, that was pretty good. She was pretty unlikable, but it was overall entertaining. And Love, Wine and Chocolates.
Romance. Yeah.
Love, Wine. That was pretty good. So there have been, I like the one in Ireland with what's her name?
With the red hair. And then the
I can't think of
the chauffeur from Downton Abbey, that one.
Oh no, I didn't like that one. It's the I can't think of her name. My brain. She did the
Erica Durant. Erica.
No, I didn't like that one.
How many been in Ireland?
No, it's it had Jack Turner in it. I can't think of.
And he's in an apron a lot of the time because he's in a pub or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I
can't. What's my brain? It's early.
That was a good one.
I'm sorry.
That was a good one.
But that one was good.
We can't remember either. Jack Turner. Yeah, that one.
Okay, but nevertheless, we're going to preview these movies.
We persevere.
Yes, and we're going to give it 1 to 4 snowballs of your excitement level.
Okay.
So we have Love of the Irish. This is on the 4th, and it stars Sinead Grimes, Beach, Stephen Hagen, and Maura Kelly. Writer Justin James. And Fiona and her mother embark on an Irish adventure where Fiona unexpectedly finds love with a charming single dad who helps her embrace her own fortunes. So what do you think of this, Caroline?
It sounds fun. It'll be fun to see Stephen Hagen back in Hallmark. He was in the Royal movie with Lacey. The princess one.
Oh, you're so good.
Oh, that's right. That's one of the best royal movies.
I can't take credit. Christmas. Another friend pointed that out. So, I can't wait to see him back. So that adds up to the excitement.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it looks pretty cute. Looks pretty basic. I like Sinead. She's not like one of my favorites, but she's usually pretty solid. And I mean, I think my favorite of hers is Date with Love.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a good one. That was a good one with Andrew Walker.
It was. and Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey. What do you think of this, Mary?
The poster, I don't know. That's all we have is the poster and the description, right? But I'm willing to give it a shot,
There are some clips. There's a preview and a trailer. Yeah. So, but yeah, but and it'll be interesting to see her and Maura, like a mother-daughter dynamic.
Oh, that's right. I did see it because I remember thinking they're going back to Ireland. Yes. So of course I'm going to watch it, and we always have high hopes, right? So I'm excited because he's Irish, I think, the actor. So we won't have any, issues with trying to fake accents. And maybe he'll be like, this is my homeland, and that kind of energy will be in it. So
I mean, I'm gonna give it 2.5 snowballs, but I hope it'll be good. What do you think, Caroline?
I was gonna give it 3 just because I like Ireland.
Yeah, I do like Ireland.
I'll give it 3 as well in my hopefulness for it. How's that sound?
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
Okay, so then we have polar opposites. This is on the 11th. Rhiannon Fish, Markian Tarasik, Moiv Conlin, and Dean McDermott. It sounds like there's going to be like a dual love story going on here. Emma needs to get to Antarctica to reach her father and travels to South America, but can't get on a boat for the last leg. She sneaks onto a cruise ship and meets engineer Andy. What do you think of this, Mary?
So I'm just going to suspend my disbelief because I love cruising and there's so many security levels that you just can't sneak onto one unless it's a smaller one with less, security. I don't know. But I love her. I love Rhiannon. Yeah. So, and this is interesting, to go and have penguins, hopefully, in this kind of different setting. If they filmed it in the summer in coats and, then it'll be different feel because we need to feel a little cold if we're in Antarctica. So I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, I like Markian a lot. I feel like the two of them will be good together. The Markian and Rhiannon. Yeah, I mean, the premise is completely ridiculous, but... whatever. But it sounds fun enough. What do you think, Caroline?
The poster is fun for me, so I'm excited about it. It'll be interesting to see Antarctica. Hopefully, it's cold, like you said, and the penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would give it. I'm going to be optimistic and give this one a 3. Even though the plot sounds a little fishy. 2.5 to 3. Yeah.
Fishy.
Sounds a little weak. But well, what are you gonna give it, Caroline?
I was gonna give it a 3 as well.
3, yeah.
I'm optimistic. New year. I don't know.
I might do 2.5 just because of the cruise ship thing. I'm just curious how that works.
Yeah,
and then whether we're looking endurance, Antarctica or the Antarctica. My friends actually did a trip there and said it was incredible. Yeah. So it's probably going to be, the more current instead of me thinking of Shackleton, like getting stuck in the Weddell Sea. Like this is probably a very safe part where tourists go.
That would be really, really funny if it took like a turn, like it becomes like a survival. I'm eating my shoe,
oh no,
that happens in Shackleton.
Yes, that's
Bear
true.
Grylls comes to help rescue them.
Yeah, right.
No, hopefully it's cute.
So what did you give it? 2.5?
Yeah.
2.5, yeah. I think that's maybe where I'm at too. All right. So then we have My Argentine Heart. This is on the 18th. This is Juan Pablo de Pace and Julie Gonzalo. April goes to Argentina to save her family ranch from being bought by her ex. But when outside forces threaten the ranch, the pair must come together, rekindling their love in the process. And we had a tweet from Julie Gonzalo about this when they announced the lineup. And she says, I can't wait to share this movie with you all. It was such an honor to work with my people in my country. An unbelievable experience that I will never forget. So, that's nice.
She was born in Argentina. I'm just looking that up. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah.
So, that's nice. I mean, I think most of them are probably pretty excited about the movies they're in, but the fact she felt a special cultural connection like that, that makes me intrigued. And Juan Pablo de Pace has been really good in all of his Hallmark movies.
I was
He's
so surprised because I see him as on what was this character on Fuller House?
in Fuller House, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been fun to see him transition
Mhm.
to rom-com.
He was good in Raise a Glass to Love. He was good in
Mhm.
branching out. Like he's just been good. And so that's promising. And them being exes and thrown back
Mhm.
together, that's usually a fun dynamic. So I'm going to give this one a 4. It's definitely my most anticipated.
Wow.
For
I was gonna give
Snowballs.
it a
Yeah.
four as well. Those
Yeah.
they're
It just
both
sounds
they're
like
both from
best.
South. They're
It just
both
sounds like the best with story,
mhm.
characters, setting.
And so they're both from that area, so it'll be fun to see them like
Mhm.
like in their home country.
Yeah, it'll be really fun.
Yeah.
What do you give it, Caroline?
A 4.
Yeah.
I
What
think
do
I'm
you?
at 3.5, but
Mhm.
chemistry can go a long way. And I bet
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll have like,
Mhm.
I just feel like they're going to have really good chemistry. So,
Yeah. The last one is The Perfect Setting. This is on the 25th. It stars Lacey J. Mailey and David Elsdorn, who was in My Norwegian Holiday. So he's done a Hallmark movie, and this is writers Julie Kim, Corinne Marwood, and Nina Weinman. And it's an aspiring jewelry designer returns to Belgium to visit her grandfather and hopefully win the Valentine's Day diamond contest, which is ridiculous. Valentine's Day diamond contest. This one sounds kind of boring to me.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's not that
Reminds me
much
of
that's
Love,
exciting.
Romance, and Chocolate, but jewelry instead of chocolate.
Yeah. I don't know how invested I'm gonna get in the Valentine's Day diamond contest. Like, it's just a
Yeah.
little ridiculous.
shoot, maybe I need to go back and bump up my Antarctica one to 3 to give this one 2.5 because I feel bad giving it 2 because I want to, but it might not be good. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Nina's attached to it.
Nina, yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
that's true.
she's doing
Okay.
it sounds like, I wonder if it's a rewrite, but
No, that's true.
Man, I
uh,
do really like her stuff. So,
for the
But
most part, yeah, she's good.
Lacey's been hit or miss for me. Lacey
Yeah,
J. Malley.
she
So
has. I mean,
so,
last year's Betty's Bad Luck, I thought it was interesting. It was an
mhm,
interesting Hallmark movie, but it didn't really work. But I was
mhm,
like, it was close.
mhm,
It
yeah,
was like, oh, that was an interesting idea, but
yeah,
they
and
didn't
she
quite
was
pull it
she was
off.
fun. She acted in that one.
Yeah.
Like she
she
just
did.
poured her heart into it. So, and this guy was pretty cute in that Norwegian
Yeah,
movie.
he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just like so like oh shucksy.
He
Mhm,
So
was cute. I agree giving it a 2 though. It's just so
mhm.
boring. Like what am I supposed to care about which diamond is the
Diamond.
best diamond? I'm supposed
only
to
if
get
he
super invested?
only if he gives it to her and they get engaged.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I think any diamond is a good diamond in my world, but
Mhm.
Uh yeah. So all right. Well, that's our preview of Winter Escape. Let us know what you think and what rating you would give them, how excited you are for them. Of course, we never know because we never seen the movies yet. So we'll see.
Hey, this is Jen Johans, host of the podcast Watch with Jen, which delivers a steady stream of great movie recommendations, thoughtful career deep dives, and first-rate conversations with film critics, authors, actors, journalists, filmmakers, and more. You can find Watch with Jen wherever you get your podcasts or hear us first at our Patreon at patreon.com/filmintuition.
Dive into When Calls the Heart, season 12. It's gonna be wild. We've gotten the preview, and I mean, going back now to season 11, Mary, how are you feeling? Like, did you feel like it was a good season? Going to season 12, what are your overall feeling about it?
I'm hoping they take some of our favorite things that we all talked about 11 and they continue those threads of like Bill
Yeah.
and all of those like characters that we've really loved, May and Mike, you know, the pairings that they tried.
Yeah.
Let's continue that momentum through. So, and I'm excited to finally let go of, like, it took me a fair number of episodes to just be like, give up, like, Lucas is here. This is different, you know, focus
Yeah.
on Nathan, because I was a team Lucas person. Focus on Nathan and Elizabeth. And so I really hope that does, if we're going to do this, let's do this. You know, don't give me any more tension, or will they, won't they, even though I guess tension is probably good in different ways, you know, to keep things interesting. But I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing them move forward and hopefully have some new, you know, fun and cool things that happen in their families, really, as they're blending these families, and seeing where the town goes and everything. It's such a good ensemble piece that I hope the ensemble flavor continues in season 12.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely stretched out the Nathan Elizabeth kiss like beyond reasonable.
They did.
It was like, are you kidding me right now?
That's the thing. I don't like that kind of tension because it feels unrealistic.
Yeah, it does.
These are two adults, you know, who are in love.
Like, if they were doing an
Mhm.
accurate portrayal of courtship in this time, then it wouldn't be unrealistic. They wouldn't have been together even hardly at all. You know, they would be chaperoned at all times in that era, but they're not. And so within the context of this show, it felt very ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
and I guess they wanted to be a little like Mary said, like she was still struggling with the Lucas thing. So I guess they didn't want to like rub it in people's face. Like,
Right.
okay, she just broke up with Lucas 2 episodes later. She's kissing Nathan. That would have been kind of
yeah,
crazy.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I agree. It was, I think, overall a very satisfying season 11, and a lot of the different arcs of, you know, who shot Lucas and that whole thing was very effective. I think that Faith and Lily is the best Faith arc that we've gotten. That was very good. I like that a lot. Some of the other plots with like the Canfields and everything with the springs, the hot springs, was pretty good. And then I liked having Bill and Rosemary working together. That was fun.
Yes, more of that.
So there was a lot in season 11 I liked, which makes me, you know, excited for season 12. What do you think, Caroline?
Like, I'm excited to see like all the stories from season 11 like continuing in season 12. Like, especially Mike and May. Like, I just think they're so cute and like so wholesome together, and I hope they continue the like honeymoon phase for them and not like have any sort of like issues. And I'm excited about Faith and Lily, and I think they're going to be in school, Lily and little Jack. So that's going to be fun to see how Elizabeth handles that.
Yeah, that will be interesting.
Her little boy.
To see.
Yeah.
I hope we get more school time
Mhm.
than we have in the last, because with COVID, they limited the scenes with the kids quite a bit for a couple of years.
Mhm.
So hopefully we get more of that. I mean, of course, most of the kids are now pretty old,
growing up.
Yeah,
so sad.
Yeah, we
so
saw
they
that
might
picture with
That's why Lily-
Gracelyn and Ava Grace. It's like, oh
Mhm.
wow.
I know. So they do need to bring in more younger kids to teach and have those cute things. But then now that some of our more main characters are growing older, like Robert and Allie, you know, then they now, where do we balance, like, you know, them becoming a little bit more grown up and having different things, you know, for their storylines too. So
So we do have some episode titles, and we have a couple summaries and for things. So if people don't want to know like anything, then you might want to like stop. You know, you might not want to watch, listen to this podcast. We don't know. We haven't seen the episodes, so we don't know. There's no spoilers, but if people don't want to know episode titles, things like that, going forward. But we did have a preview. And there are a couple things that they talked about. We have the Valley Voice Radio Hour coming.
Love that.
Yeah.
That rings so true, because the whole history of where I work in Salt Lake City, I work for the Church News, which is a division of Deseret News. And Deseret News newspaper has been around for like 150 years. And the newspaper started the radio station here, KSL in town. And so this is like for that very time period, or the
Yeah.
20s is when newspapers then said, let's vocalize. So I love, but then I love radio. I love old time radio. So I hope that's a fun
I
plot
do
line,
too.
the Valley
And it's
Voice,
Rosemary.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's
it'll
gonna be
be a
amazing.
good fit for
Yeah.
Rosemary.
She's an actress, and she just,
Mhm.
so that's perfect for radio's
Mm-hmm.
history, was they
Yeah.
would tell stories and things like that on the radio.
Yeah, I love old time radio as well. It was so fun this last holiday season. In Pleasant Grove, there's this adorable little theater called the Pleasant Grove Players that's in the Pleasant Grove Library. You never would believe how good these productions are, and it's just in this tiny little theater in the library. And they did a radio play for It's a Wonderful Life, and it was so much
Cool.
fun. It was so much fun. They had the different actors, reading the different parts, and then they had a whole Foley table
For the
with
sounds.
with the different sound
That's so
effects.
cool.
And I love Foley. It's so much fun, and so that was a blast. And I would love to even get that flavor with Rosemary. I think it would be really fun. So looking forward to that. We also know that there's going to be a mystery element and more with Bill and Rosemary working together, and that should be really good. That was one of my favorite parts of season 11.
Yes.
Definitely. His exasperation with her, but then also his like intrigue, like, oh, you are okay, all right, let's do this,
Yeah.
Like, Rosemary, no, and then he's like, actually, let's go.
Yeah. We have some new characters. Of course, the big standout coming is Melissa Gilbert joining the cast for a 2-episode run. She plays Georgie McGill, who all we know is she shares a surprising past with one special Hope Valley resident. So,
do you think it's Bill? Because in the preview, he's like, "Hello, Georgie."
It has to be.
Yeah, just age and everything.
Yeah. So that will be fun. Of course, very nostalgic to see. And then I guess at the Hardy's family reunion, Michael Landon Jr., he introduced her, and which is obviously very nostalgic for his dad and everything, and working with her. And so that will be very fun to see that. There's some other new characters we know less about. There's a character named Jed Campbell, who I think is going to be an associate of Lucas, played by Daniel Arnold. There's the two biggest ones is there appear to be setting up some kind of love triangle. I don't know if Robert is going to be involved, if it'll be like a trifecta that is all going to be vying for Allie's love interest. There's a character named Oliver Garrett who is played by Jacob Shomey, and he is a new cadet for Nathan, and but it appears that there might be something there going on with Allie, I think.
For Nathan, it'll be
Yeah.
special to see.
Yeah.
So we have Earl Wyatt, who is a returning character, but we haven't seen him since season 4. It's a new actor named River Kodak, and it appeared to me, at least, that there might be he might also be a love interest for Allie in there. I'm not sure, but anyway, we have a new actor at least coming on for that, and so that should be fun. And then there's another woman that her name is Edie Martell is the character name. We don't know the actor's name, but she is an architect, and it looks like she's going to be some kind of love interest for Lucas. And I don't know if it'll be kind of like that woman from, I forget her name, in season 11, the woman from his past.
Yes, that's right.
She wasn't really a love interest.
No. I was just reminding myself of that this morning when he's like, he's close. Remember the one he was like so close to her ear, and he was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but this one that Chris McNally said, I think within that is a spark of chemistry, and we will see where it goes.
Jeanette O'Quah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they kind of had some of this, like, what's going on. And then she had a complete different, situation. So I wonder, if this new person will come with a hint of mystery or, I'm curious. Yeah.
Because one of the big plot lines, it seems like, for this season is going to be this national park.
Yeah.
So we find out that I guess they're gonna be naming it after Goldie, which seems like quite a bit to name this whole national park after a little girl. But nevertheless, it
is Rosemary's daughter. So
yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of back and forth between, like, how big do we make the park? What do we do with the park? What's going on with the park? And I think that's where we're gonna get this conflict between this architect and Lucas.
And now that Christmas experience thingy, Kevin Smith said there's going to be some conflict maybe with Lucas and Lee about the national park, so that'd be fun.
Oh, for sure. Well, I've been curious about that because they're such good friends, but they both are strong leaders, and they also have like jurisdictions that, and that overlap, and then interests and how they work together. And what if they have, different opinions? Are they going to be clashing? And then where they work, Capital City or Hope Valley. And
I can't wait for that.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah. Hopefully it sounds like it'll be pretty good. And I wouldn't be surprised if Henry ends up getting involved in that as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's so good at just kind of coming in, cutting to the heart of the problem, or finding out, things, and then just, I don't know. His character has been, we've talked about this, his arc has been so satisfying to see him.
It'd be nice if they gave him a different love interest, because they've just been dangling out Abigail all this time, but I don't think they're going to bring her back, so I don't know what the point. It's just kind of like, let's do something real.
Was that supposed to just be to give him new hope and healing or closure? I don't know. Let's make this man be happy.
So we have Lindsay Sturman returning as showrunner this season. And we have a new member of the writing team. Tammy Sang is her name, that's going to be joining. So a lot of female voices this season, which is nice.
Yeah. Oh, and the preview showed some jazz, some like 1920s different outfits and hairstyles and jazz kind of feel. It totally reminds me of Downton Abbey, how they kind of
Roaring 20s
went into the Roaring 20s. So
which was nice. And we of course, we're gonna have a lot between Elizabeth and Nathan. Erin, she said we get to see a few different chapters for Elizabeth and Nathan. We get to see them lean into this blended family. We get to see them really lean on each other through some really difficult emotional stories. As they're navigating single parenthood, it's nice to see them have each other's backs. I know that for Elizabeth, when times get tough this season, and they do, Nathan really is a rock for her.
And I've seen some speculation on like social media that she's either sick or little Jack is sick.
That could set up some really, well, hopefully not anything scary, but some nice caretaking and leaning on somebody. That's where I'm thinking, like, if they ever do get married, are they going to try to do again this whole planning for a wedding and looking at dresses? These two might just need to go to the court's and have Bill marry them, like, or Luke, whoever the mayor, the governor. Oh, Lucas, no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sorry. Let's just go quietly get married, blend these families, and just support each other. And down the road.
Yeah, just have
Joseph can do it.
Joseph,
But don't have, of course, Joseph. But don't have it be like, and now I'm trying on wedding dresses. You've done that. You tried it again. Maybe these two just need to just elope and just have hey, everybody meet us at the church Thursday at noon. We're going to get married. But I don't even know.
Have a big celebration afterwards.
Yes, and have a big dinner with the whole town. But I don't know. I'd be curious to see if they even talk about some of that stuff this season, or if it's still, we're finally together, or
if they even have them officially get engaged.
Yeah, they might not even. It might just be all foundational, laying some
because I think they said before that the season starts off like right at the end of season 11's finale. So it's
Oh,
not like there's this big time in between the seasons
in the
because they
past
had
where
to find
they've,
out. They
yeah.
had
Oh,
to find out about what Hargrave says.
that's
Oh,
right. Well, I almost wish that they would just, and if they ended the season with them getting engaged, and then the beginning of season 13 is that they had gotten married, there's a time jump, and you just see the wedding and via flashback.
Well, some
that's
fans
a good
might be
idea.
upset. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no, because you'd still see it. You just wouldn't have
Yeah.
all of that buildup, which is just kind of annoying and redundant at this time. So you'd still see the wedding, but it would just have been, like I said, it would be in flashback.
Yeah. Or maybe with
And
enough
more
time
time.
passing, I'll be okay to see the planning
Mhm.
again. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's
Well, so Kevin McGarry, he said that he said about Nathan and Elizabeth's journey in season 12. It's very sweet. It's dangerous at some points. We get into a very deep emotional storyline that we really have to lean on each other. So they're doing a lot of leaning.
Wow.
Yeah,
Emotional storyline.
dangerous.
And dangerous. So some of the best early episodes and early When Calls a Heart days were when Jack would come rescue her. So I'm like,
Mhm.
is it this kind of danger where the stuff she was scared about with having a Mountie, in her life?
that'd be.
Or is it
Yeah.
completely, not criminal, it's some sort of different like illness danger or
I kind of want to see this. This might sound crazy, but I would love to see Elizabeth sick and see how like Nathan handles that and
Yeah.
how he
yeah.
has to help little Jack. And
Mm,
I can see
that would be
that.
cool.
Like him
Yeah.
having to be kind of a parent like that
Hmm.
of because I don't know when he got Allie.
I
yeah.
think she
Was
was
he
4.
4? Okay.
Oh, okay.
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 Yeah. So then he said that I guess Nathan and Elizabeth may have a quote unquote sleepover, they hinted.
Mm.
The couple will enjoy more lighthearted moments in season 12 as well. And yeah, hinted perhaps a deep overnight connection will develop between the two. We get to see this kind of very romantic honeymoon phase that's full of adventure and mischief, she said. Maybe there's a little sleepover situation. In response to the crowd's enthusiasm at her statement, she quickly joked, maybe not. Everyone, it's all very chaste. We're all very moral characters. No one is doing anything scandalous.
Scandalous.
That's why I
Like a
think
can
she's sick. Sleep
Oh,
Yeah.
and he
over.
stays over. You've got it. That
Hmm.
has to be it. Because she did the camp out with Jack where they were in tents, and that was like a sleepover. And then didn't Lucas
Mm,
fall asleep on her couch? So that was kind
Hmm.
of like, and she was like
yeah.
whispering, sweet nothings to him sleeping. So,
Full
so
of
this
adventure
you
and mischief. Ooh.
okay? So,
Because
interesting.
they also said the words for their like a word for a season is like fever dream.
Oh.
Oh, oh.
Hmm.
That so so is she sick with a bad fever?
She,
He's caring for
yeah,
her, and but in her dream they have an adventure.
yeah,
Mhm.
that'd be
But
fun.
and we've never
Oh,
really seen and fun. I've
oh.
never seen her like she's cared for Jack when he's been like we've had a lot of male characters sick in that bed in the top of the second floor of the saloon, in that same bedroom,
Yeah.
and having to come back from this or that ailment. But we've never really seen her down and out. So this will be interesting.
And
So
not have
Yeah.
Rosemary to care for her. Like, it would be Nathan,
Because yeah, I'm
yeah.
trying to think the last like real sick character because we had Lee.
Jack, yeah, Lee,
Lee. Yep, Lee
Rosemary,
was Rosemary.
Oh yeah, Rosemary. Yeah.
Lucas.
Oh yeah.
Lucas. Yes,
Yeah.
he was in hospital,
He wasn't like sick. You know what I
but he
mean?
needed to be cared for.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It could be a good plot for Faith too. See
Oh
that.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
Could be good for her. So
and little Jack.
the first episode is called The Mountie Way, which I think is a very good episode title.
Hmm.
And it's Elizabeth receives a sentimental surprise in time for little Jack's first day of school. Nathan trains a new Mountie cadet, and Rosemary and Lee make a landmark decision.
Landmark, probably
Oh,
land.
oh,
I
Yeah.
think they're gonna build a house.
Or
or
this
the
thing with the national park
yeah, the
starting
national
more of
park.
that. I don't know. Maybe more of
Yeah.
that. Or they
I
build a
mean,
house.
because I guess they can't build anymore on that space, is why they've kept them in those houses.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
But
can't.
that
It
doesn't
has to
mean
be
they
a
couldn't
certain
have a
size
plot.
oh.
for regulation and stuff for Canadian like film and stuff.
Mhm.
It has to be a
Oh.
certain size.
Yeah. So there's gonna be some kind of landmark decision.
Hmm.
I can't wait to see little Jack at school. Like
Yeah, it's
we
gonna be
watched him
cute.
grow up, like
It's gonna
literally.
be cute.
I
And
know.
This
Oh, he'll
for
be so
sure.
cute.
And
I
I wonder what the
know
sentimental surprise is gonna be.
Mm.
something of Jack.
Yeah. I mean, it has
Oh,
to be the Mountie way.
yes. Yes, there's something there. Wasn't that part of the cliff? Am I thinking of a cliffhanger?
hmm
No.
Was
That,
there
Yeah.
something?
Hargrave says something about Jack,
yes,
and
yes.
then in sees.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right. Yes, so that's got to be it.
Mm-hmm. And what do you feel, Caroline, about this new cadet, this new plot?
I think it's going to be fun to see how Nathan handles him as a Mountie cadet and Allie like liking him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's going to be fun for Kevin, I'm sure, because he gets to have both sides, and
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so
and we've
I.
been saying for a long time that we wanted some younger energy into the show.
Mhm,
And so it'll be fun to see. And they've done like a few things, like the whole romance between Henry's son and that,
mhm.
I think her name was Rachel, I think. I can't remember. But
Yeah,
anyway, that character there, Lee and Rosemary's niece. So
it'll be fun to
there've been like
see.
a few younger storylines, but
It lasts a long time,
yeah.
like all season. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about it, Mary?
Yeah. I don't like, I'm just so, I keep having flashbacks to previous episodes and trying to remember details. And I think I should just go in, um, just, I don't know, just not so much caught up on the past, but remembering it and just with an open mind and have fun. I think it'll be fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
It'll be nice to have new characters.
Yeah. Because
Mhm.
I think about that's my problem. I'm hung up on when characters came in and I'm trying to remember them and then they kind of like disappear.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
and
know.
I
I guess they
think
just have,
because of COVID, they couldn't really have that many new characters
yeah, that's
That's
for a
true.
true.
while, because everyone had to be quarantined and stuff like that. And so
Because
now we're getting a lot more, it seems like.
like I would like, do you remember when what was his name? James Clayton, or Clayton, what's his name?
Oh, Clayton James, yeah.
Clayton James.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden it looked like he could be someone for Fiona, and I was excited, and then he just
Yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much of Fiona we get.
Yeah, that's true too.
She was filming that other show.
It looked like I saw her her in the background on one of the preview, but like I don't know, she's not listed on the cast list for episode 1, so
Mm-hmm.
that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I
it
was
will.
just trying to look up the episode right now for the cast list, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like Fiona, but I'm not missing that
Yeah,
storyline.
that's true.
Like, but I like her. But
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, I really miss Fiona.
Well, they didn't really do anything interesting with her, like with the whole thing with Henry Gowan. Like it was just odd. Like
Mhm.
why her? And it didn't make sense for her character. Why was she the representative going to San
Yeah.
Francisco and stuff? Like it was just weird. So, but I mean, I like the actress. I like
Yeah,
Kayla,
she's
you
really
know.
sweet.
So, so episode 2, the summary is what you give, and it's when the comic book craze sweeps Hope Valley, Elizabeth teaches her students through nature. Rosemary launches a radio show, and Lucas meets a new political player. So I think that that's going to be this architect,
Yeah.
that's going to be there, and we already talked the radio show. I think that's going to be super fun.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
this
comic
seems
books.
Oh yeah, I know. So is that going to be something they're like, I'm curious, secretly reading in class, or or she's trying to like deal with this disruption in her classroom, so we're going to have some good student scenes and class, school scenes, and maybe trying to have them. Is this like the video games of that generation? Like, hey, put down
Yeah.
that comic book and go outside and play. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what comic books. I was just looking up comic books of the 1920s that you had. I guess, Tintin was
No.
there in the 20s. So let's say here.
Was that the dog that had adventures or something? Tintin? I can't remember.
Well, Tintin, it's just like a teenage like sleuther guy.
Oh
character.
yes, that's right.
Yeah. I'm just looking here, but it looks like there's some fun stuff. So they can definitely, I think the Flash.
Mm.
Oh wait, no, that's 1940. So anyway, it'll be fun to see. I mean, I think Batman was first introduced in the 1930s. But it'll be fun to see them, something new
for kids. Yeah.
so that should be enjoyable, and it seems like they're going to be having more of Elizabeth teaching.
Yeah, that's fun.
Which I like. So there we go. I think that's pretty much all of the preview that we had, but it sounds like there's going to be entertainment, fun stuff, romance. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a pretty swoony season. We got a lot of Elizabeth and Nathan.
Yeah.
And that scene with them dancing in the preview.
That's exactly what I was just thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like jazz, like having fun dancing, but they've done so many like slow dances for us over the years of like, the longing looks and the hesitating and the eye contact and all that stuff. This could be really fun with the jazz dancing and stuff. And
I'm sure it was so fun for them on set, like filming all that, like the Charleston. And
yes, that kind of energy. It's kind of symbolic of the energy and the hopefulness we have for this couple, that it's like just entering their honeymoon phase, really. Yeah, the excitement.
The golden era.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let us know what you think. The Hardys out there, let us know how excited you are for season 12, and I guess what you thought of season 11, and if you have any additional information about season 12 to share. We'd love to hear that in the comment section, and just to hear your enthusiasm and for the Winter Escape movies. What do you think? We'd love to hear in the comments. And Caroline, where can people find you?
On Twitter at Nina Caroline Art.
Great. And Mary, what about you?
So I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Look for Mary Richards or Reporter Mary Richards, and I'll show up.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all of our social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Check that out. And you should just check out all of our One Calls the Heart content. We've got tons over the years. We've been recapping every episode since I think season 4 was our first season. We did the individual episode recaps. So we've got lots and lots and lots and lots of When Calls the Heart content. Check that out, please. And you can follow us on social media at Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast all over the place. And also, if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. We really appreciate that. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Most of our viewers are not subscribers. So if you're in that camp, please subscribe. It really helps the algorithm a lot. And then we have our Patreon group, which is the biggest way that you can support what we're doing. And we have monthly patron activities and events, and it's a lot of fun. And we try to make it really worth your while. And then we have our merch store where we have tons of Hardee's inspired designs. So take a look at that, and we sure appreciate it. And we'll talk to y'all later. Bye, everyone. Happy New Year.
Bye.